respect
another
it.
platform.
No.
That's all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, and it makes it easier. It's easy accessibility too, as opposed to being over there. So then I gotta ask, like, because most people are led with the impression that while at carbonation, like that it's just free balling, free flowing. So was it like that? Like was like
Not
because
necessarily, no.
like you
Unless I
said,
guess you in the
walking
privacy.
around naked. He be making seem like he be walking around naked and shit. So I'm pretty
No.
sure women just don't mind either. So was that the theme of it? Because it seemed like everything was about sex.
It
Even with
was.
the situation to begin with, it was about sex.
Everything was definitely about sex because it's like I'm sexy, the allure of sex. You know what I'm saying? But
I
I think with
caught
the
that
men,
when you said that. I caught that when you said that.
yeah,
When you said that, I didn't think that it was no moist stuff. I just peeped. Okay, it's like this right here.
right, right.
This what I'm saying. Aside from this internet shit,
Take it already.
I know that if it went the other way, that you the type of dude that you gonna want to do it anyway. You feel what I'm saying? I know you will fight. He know you will fight.
I'm gonna
So,
get beat up because I got a point to prove.
but see, listen though, right? But being that you did have that alpha in you, do you see how he kept men that was around him that he considered to be weaker than him, like he could
Yeah,
keep up with him?
yeah,
He tried you off the gate. He
right.
tried you off the gate. He tried. He took your power away from you. He took the
Just
woman
to
away
see,
from
just to see how I vibrate. And he saw that I'm there. I ain't even. It's not even about her. Not to say that that wasn't a pivotal and important experience, and that I'm not compassionate, but it's just I had to not only show him but show myself. Like that's not gonna break me. Like now you show me who you truly are and why I'm truly here. I need to get the fuck up out of there. I need to rethink this. You know what I'm saying? So let me say this as well. Like so, I manifested my wife. Now who's to say that that's not a little girl that was going there to go get finessed and then got finessed? What about her? Like, did I steal her fantasy from her? Like, what is happening? Nobody addresses these things. Well, that's why I'm gonna never shut up. Cause we out here. I'm in the mix. I was there and I'm here now. And I'm the reciprocal manifestation of what happens when you come from there and you still trying to do the right thing. And you never gonna give up as a black man. I'm here raising my family, dog. You know what that's like. You know why we give up on that shit. You know exactly why, world.
you. But you
You know
didn't.
why, as a black man, you be like, yo, fuck this shit here.
But I mean, everybody hear you talking though. Like you don't you didn't. When I first seen you, like off the gate anyway, I knew you spoke Spanish. But other than that, because of your demeanor, because I'd have been locked up, so I size everybody up like that. I know it's
Exactly.
y'all got eye and feet coordination. We got hand and eye coordination. I done figured out that. Yeah, that's how I move. But when I seen you with them, I knew that you was out of place. So did you not at any time at all feel like why I'm hanging around these weak motherfuckers? Like what you ain't never feel like
Indeed. That's a fact. It's specifically, yo, listen, nothing irritated me more than that. Because it was like I was way out of pocket to have to interject that into the situation that's at hand. That's why I did that yesterday. If you peep, he tried to act respectful to his cousin. That's why I cut him off ASAP. I interrupted that pattern. You're not doing that. You're not gonna pretend to have compassion or respect for this woman. Not while I'm around. That's
so
why I did that.
being
So I
that you
did.
did that and you felt that, so in other words, he didn't have compassion at the time of the situation.
Indeed. That's what I'm saying. That's why he tried to gaslight. I don't know. I think that's what y'all call it. Gaslight the situation and say, "Oh, look, natural. He being weak. He being weak," instead of addressing what's really at hand. If you know what I'm saying, well. So yeah, and then when Sky got there, when Mama Sky got there, I just knew like there was something in her. Like she was bright eyed and all that, but she come from a similar culture that I come from in terms of her excuse me, her upbringing, which is like to see bullshit for what it is, honestly. And although she was a young impressionable girl to bring her ass down there, she just knew that something wasn't right, and she was trying to tell me that. And yo, you know what's funny? Well, you put something in my mind that I never thought of, and this was years ago. This was at least a year ago. You told me that probably that girl that left that I went down there with, she probably seen some shit that I don't know, and that's why she got her ass up out of there.
I'm gonna tell
That's why
you.
it hurt me when you
I'm gonna
said
tell
they
you
got their
why.
ass up out of there, but they ain't tell the truth. I
I'm gonna
kind of
tell
took
you
it
why.
personal, like, world, please say I told the truth, man, because I'm torn. You know what I mean? That's
See,
all. It ain't nothing personal with you, man.
and I never took it as that, but
Where you
I
going?
will say this right here. I will say this right here. Like when a person takes a picture, sometimes they'll say the picture caught me at a bad angle. That ain't me. But once that a still frame of a picture is captured and there's a group of people together, no one supposed to be looking around like something happened.
Okay.
Every photo that I seen her in, she looked like she was afraid of something. Okay. Now,
Mm,
I feel like the plan jumped off because I'm looking at the money man now and how the money man got your girl and stuff. Like,
yeah.
no reason for the money man to get your girl, and the money man that had $300,000. Now, being that it was your girl and the connection with the money man, I know this to be true because when I asked him who went to the tent first, he told two different stories.
I peeped that.
Nature Boy spoke the other day. He immediately spoke about the people that took her to the hospital, but not for once did he speak about the people that helped move her from the tent.
Mm.
Right. So, if I was actually to be a criminal investigator, we would have to explain from the amount of time that it took to get from the tent to the damn van. Okay, that's the
Indeed.
part that I want to know about because I know
Right.
she could have been on the ground, she could have been laying on some probably
She
dropped.
was in a tent laying down on like a sheet and stuff like that. Whatever she made her tent with, like those blankets and things like that. Her pillows and
Exactly. But before you
yup.
got there, somebody else was there. Okay,
That's what you okay. Okay.
that's
That's
what
where
I'm
you go.
trying to tell
Because
you.
I do know that you had asked them like, so who made the announce like who
Right.
realized that Mama Dia wasn't around? Like you said that. And then he was like, I think Natural noticed. And I did because I told Musa like, yo, where Mama Dia at? And he and I went to check on her, and that's when I zipped the joint down and saw her. So that's crazy because see, y'all foresee shit that we don't foresee. That's why it's important to understand the work that you're doing out here, world. It might look a certain way, but we have to understand the purpose of behind why you doing what you're doing, brother.
Oh, yeah. And
Because
like
it's
I said,
sinister. You know what I'm saying?
that's beyond sinister, but like I say, I had peep game and I peeped your body language and everything. I even watched videos with you on it, I think about 15 or 20 times. And the reason I did it because I wanted to see what your body language was at that moment. Because it was a time when True and Sheba walked right past you and you was walking down the hill and I was checking out your body language and you didn't know nothing about nothing that was going on. You didn't know nothing. And it's weird now, you see, that I'm even talking to you about this stuff right here because now you know that I pay close attention to detail. And he danced
Very.
around over there on that platform. He danced around. He bopped on that thing and everything when he was over there.
Yeah.
He
Hell
left
yeah, he
out a
did.
whole bunch of heap of stuff. And when she asked him the question about that death certificate, did he, I mean, like when he got back or whatever, did he like, like, did he make it known, like, okay, well, now that she ain't here, this, that. That was he like that? I mean, did he like, cause he called meetings for every damn thing else, right?
I again, well, he called the meeting, but I was the focus of it, man. That's it. I was the focus of it, and another thing that was brought up in it was how we gonna deal with this in terms of how y'all, in terms of as far as y'all is concerned. Yeah, where y'all going?
You say as far as,
Peace, got it.
you mean in
Huh?
terms of us, as far as people on social media?
Yeah, yeah, like the public, what how they gonna interpret it, what they gonna see. Let's make sure we got everything we need so when they come at us, we got this, and that, and the third. And now, but this nigga natural though, yo. But like, yo, this nigga natural though. Like, what the? I mean, off one comment, all I said was, yo, I know we divine beings and all. We have a better understanding of life and death and things of that nature, right? We different. We live closer to the earth. We eat vegan. We know what melanin is. We study astrology, biology, astro, that. But why does it feel like, yo, this lady ain't wake up with us, bro? Damn, what we gonna do? Like, what about now? Why does it feel that way?
Hmm.
That's an honest question if you ask me, world. And I don't have to know the lady. She fed me a few times. I lived with her several days. Like, what you mean? We moving throughout space and time together in a caravan of people. We don't know. Nobody know each other really. We met off the internet. We all got this fantasy and dream in our head, and we
Right.
just. And then we had the. Excuse me. I don't mean to cut you off ever. The first thing we noticed that we all have in common with each other is what? That we motherfucking enablers. That's what we realized. That's what keeps us together. The strength of enabling that shit. That's why they still there, bro. It ain't cause they weak. It ain't cause they ain't got nowhere to go. It's cause that's man. What else they gonna be? They gonna be over here like Natural talking the world news when ain't nobody in the room. They
Hmm.
not built like us. That's why they
Hmm.
not built like that. They rather
Nah,
go. They rather go be be beside that because of how it looked. No matter what comes along with that.
yeah, he's like flaming right now. You know, just to even know that we are on Bigo even talking about this. I wouldn't give a damn if it was two people that was in the chat. It's the
Right.
first conversation, and I always have people that are watching this stuff anyway. So being that
hmm
I and being that this is what it is within truth, because I know that you stand on the truth with everything that happened. That's why I'm asking you questions in a roundabout way, because I know that it's certain people that seem to just disappear. You see, they just
World. It's certain
fading
people that
away.
if you ask these questions, they would never address them. That's what I do know. And that's what I'm mad about. That these are the people that need to be asked these questions, not Natural. Y'all niggas want to know what about Mama Dia. Natural not the one to talk to about Mama Dia. Natural the one not gonna tell you she was a beautiful soul. We spoke Spanish together. Everything y'all want to hear that y'all know about this lady. I'm the one that's gonna tell you that. And you know that I'm the one to tell you that because I was in and out of there, you know what I'm saying, like a robbery. And it didn't take long, but after that to get up out of there. As
Mhm.
soon as my wife manifested down, I was like, yo, we gotta finally draw the line. Like, I'm gonna just allow her to be up in. Come on now, you see what's going on, world. I'm not fucking behind no men. I'm not letting nobody disrespect what's mine in front of me and then think I'm gonna accept that and that's mine. And no, 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 no. What you do with your old lady, that's on you. That's not none of my business. But as long as it ain't interfering with my reality, with my life. But if I'm directly this, I'm directly responsible as much as you. And on top of that,
You think that by my questions that I'm in some way making an attempt to incriminate you? No, I'm getting a better understanding psychologically how he was able to do what he did and the events that led up to that point.
indeed.
That's the only
Indeed,
reason.
I don't think you're trying to incriminate me, world. But
No,
what
no,
I
no.
think, what I think can happen is I could possibly incriminate them just by talking. So I think this is why this is such a sensitive subject that they need to touch upon. Because I'm
Yeah.
just telling my truth. So if there's some shit they don't want to hear, they need to address it.
Well, that's the thing. Well, they don't want to have those type of conversations with me, so that only leaves you left. So that's what I'm
Indeed.
saying. So
Yeah,
if
but I'm not approaching it from that space. I
no,
don't
no,
feel like that's your intent. Because it true indeed, I came to you.
and that's what I'm saying. And it's not like I'm sitting here and I'm saying, hey, let's go to Bigo and set up a platform and talk about it.
Right.
No.
Not at
Okay.
all.
It was something, and I repeat again, there was something that continuously draws you here. And I know exactly what it is. Because there's some shit that's weighing on you. Fam, I already know. That's why I'm asking you everything in a roundabout way because I
Yeah.
know what he did. I know exactly what the because I know what type of
But
individual
but
that he
my
is.
question to you is, do you feel like I know what he did and I'm not there to express it yet, or do you feel like Natural don't know?
Hmm?
Like I need to know
I
what you
just need
feel, world. Cause
I just need to know how Mama Dia was. That's it. And the reason
okay,
why I want to know that because nobody else is gonna say anything. All of that scripted, rehearsed stuff with standing up there in front of the tripod and all that shit or
yeah,
whatever. I don't want to hear that because that
that's
ain't
the
a
video you was referring to. I watched you
yeah,
play that
yeah,
back. Yeah,
yeah. I want to know what was she like with those moments leading up to that. How was she act? Was she not acting different? Like so that night she just laid down and in the tent and she dead and that's it. Oh man, we got to move her and all. No, what happened? Like what was she doing differently? Because I noticed in some pictures she had started wearing less and stuff or whatever and wanting to take pictures with him, going off with him in the middle of the day and stuff. I looked at the times on Facebook when she uploaded them. So I
right. So that's
did.
you would know I wasn't there at that time. I got there after. That's when I met her. You feel me? Cause that's when matter of fact, I did see her, and that was from the pictures online. That's when I was. That's why I was familiar with her when I got there, cause I seen in the pictures that you referring to. And she did not take pictures in Mexico, cause the videos that came out when we were in Mexico, those were correlated with the pictures that she took in Mexico. So not to say I didn't see her take any pictures, but I'm just trying to make it make sense in terms of like how is it how what she was feeling different, like how do the pictures correlate with that? And I know wait, and I know you was breaking it down in terms of how Velvet was groomed, and that was I never looked at it like that. Well, you have to
Oh,
understand that, like
yeah, because see
I didn't know what that was.
the grooming process within itself that even make you, had a blind eye to certain things was to not view her, as being anything other than a mother figure, and being that he was the father figure, which was Tahuti. Everyone else was considered as being children, like EJ. Okay, everybody was just children. Okay, so when
Oh,
I'm looking at the amount of time like that you was around him, his influence and what happened with other people. That's why I wanted to know more about, like what happened to her. Like, did you not see her changing? Because I seen her change. I got
right.
look, I got an aunt. Look, I got an aunt that had a stroke. Okay, and I seen what happened to her. I peeped it, and it's crazy because I was like, wow, like what's going on? And it's like once that the stroke happened, she couldn't move certain parts of her body. Now with
Mm.
Mama Tia, I noticed after that stroke, even deeper with her eye. Okay. Now, as much as of on what he told her about how great that she was doing, I know, just me being me, that she was overheated. She didn't drink enough water. Of course, she had a heart condition, and I heard her voice failing. So I could tell at the time that something was happening.
Mm.
That's all I'm
See,
getting.
so I feel like what you're saying is you saw her health, her health depleting. So how could we not have seen it? So I would say, just in my defense, I didn't see it because I didn't see her. I didn't see it diminish. I just saw what I saw. I didn't see it uh deplete. I didn't see it go from gradual to less. I didn't see none of that. And I think what's weighing down on me, if I had to put a finger on it, it's just that. Well, the fact that I was there and I'm still in the mix. Like, I feel like everything he's doing is a spell upon us. Everybody who's ever been there, everybody who's ever watched him, everybody who's gonna go there. These people still impressionable. These bitches is weak. And I'm raising a family, so I have to say these things and address them. They have to hear that. So they can see, like, even if that's a thought that they have, and they need to rearrange that shit within themselves. Because this is even bigger than them. It's about the community truly. A lot of girls is going down there getting hurt. A lot of men is going down there getting hurt. That's what it's about. So I feel like what's weighing down on me is that, world, is that I feel like I'm still being preyed upon. Y'all don't talk about that shit. You know that. That's all. I feel like, damn, y'all don't defend me. What about us? Yeah, I left. But who the fuck is here for us? The ones that left. So that's why earlier I was on the panel and the sister said, like, she wanted to thank us for not going back. And I'm like, bitch, save that shit. Cause most of these motherfuckers going back. Just wait and see. Like, you know what I mean? You know that shit, world. Shit. It's just a matter of time.
I've
You
seen
know
it
what I'm
before.
saying?
So at the time when Rambo and Willow and Keys and Vibes, when they decided to leave, when was that? Because Vibes wasn't even like on the camera. Like at the
I
time
was already gone. So
you
that
plugged
might have
in.
been 2 to 3 months after, you know.
No, this was the time when Mama Dia, okay, look, it
Because
was Mama
listen
Dia.
to the chronology before you go, right? So Mama Dia passed. A month later, I got up out of there. And like 2, 3 months later, Rambo and them got up out of there because they hit me up. You know what I'm saying? If that's how I remember it. Yeah.
Because see, this is the deal. When Mama Dia was on that video cooking with Velvet and Serenity in there, the lady you talking about was pictured in the video with
With
her.
her. Yeah.
Right.
But she didn't, just so you know, well, she might have left 6, 7 days after that video. After that, I think it was a Facebook video when they all in there cooking and yeah. They asked her specifically about her medication and all that in that video.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying with her health and the way she looked and the way that she sounded, you could barely hear her talk. Her
Mm.
voice was even leaving. Like and like if you saying y'all was in the Tropic of Cancer, the Tropic of Cancer corn and all this stuff about, eating raw and shit like this or whatever, who couldn't hear that phlegm and stuff like in her, like she couldn't even, she was like who couldn't hear that, bro? Like it was beyond hot over that motherfucker, yo. It was like 106 or 107 degrees over that motherfucker. It was hot as fuck. And she had on black.
Sure was.
And she cut her hair.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. That was around the same time. See, that girl was never on the damn screen at all. She was there because they was cooking together. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like
Wait,
how?
wait. So you saying that they ain't really have Nina on the camera like that? Is that what you're referring to?
Correct. That's
And hey,
exactly
that
what
was an
I'm saying.
issue as well. Like that got brought up. Like, why you not making videos and all this shit here? Like, why you stuck? What you? So that makes me go back to what you saying. Like, she done seen some shit. She froze up. Little girl didn't know what she was getting into. So listen. I ain't capped to save them, but I'm gonna tell you this. If you listening, Nina, you know, I'ma still pray for you because I would never give up on the black man or the black woman. And you know, the way I hurt you, I apologize for that. But I was not a predator trying to lower you down there for no other reason than to be with me because of what I believe in, and I promise you that.
That
Damn.
is wow. That is wow.
Cause I'm bugging, world. Cause now you got me thinking, what the fuck she saw now?
I
Damn, and that shit
know.
was going on, and
Trying to tell you.
I was just being dumb
Trying to
to
tell
it, or
you, bro.
blind to it, or I was
Trying to tell
ignoring it,
you.
or I was acting like I ain't see it. I was enabling this nigga, or
Bro,
he was
if
purposely keeping it away from me.
if
You,
she would have been with you, if she would have been with you, you're the type of man that would have said, "Hey, we gotta alert somebody about this. We have to do something about this." Think about he was with him.
mm,
That's why he took your girl when they came. See what I'm saying? She was in that photo near her cleaning up. I'm gonna tell you, man. I had a cousin, man. He was so mean with it, man. He was straight up kick though, man. Everything he do, man. Anybody that was dumb enough to let him inside of their home, he came in the house with a piece of tissue in his back pocket. He had already wiped his butt with it, and it be folded up. He put it behind the stove in the kitchen. Whole house smell like that. You don't know where it's coming from.
mm. Hey,
Right.
yeah,
That's right. Now I seen her cleaning up. That was the only time she was on the video.
right. And also the other one with oh Juicy, what you call her? Mama, what you call her? The Juice girl. They was on there. Remember, they was talking about the melon and you don't miss a beat. I know you saw that one.
I peeped it in sync. That's why I'm asking the questions because I know for a motherfucking
Yeah.
fact, anybody that look here, brother, if your wife's friend come over to the house and she start cleaning up, she'll clean up something else, won't she?
Mm,
Right.
that's crazy.
That's real. And I noticed that because I was like, what other reason would you have to be in the kitchen if Mama D is the oldest one that's explaining to everybody how to cook? But hey, let's let Serenity take credit for that. Willow. Right. I see how it happened. And she disappeared. She just jetted off. I went to her page and she was doing some more other stuff over there. Looked like a Japanimation type of stuff and all type of weird stuff. I said, wow, it scared you that
Mm.
bad, huh? It scared you that bad? She came.
She ain't never reached out to you. Never got through to her.
No. I would even think she'd reach out and try to talk to you, but being that she haven't reached out and talked to you, it had to be
She
something.
never did. She reached out to my wife and said all a bunch of hurtful shit about me, and that was that. Basically, just trying to tell her how much of a piece of shit I am based off the experiences that we had. Just saying that I stink and this nigga ain't shit and he wasn't shit then when I had him. Now you got to deal with him. All that type of shit. Just being, scorned and hurtful. But I know where it's coming from. I forgive her, world, because at the end of the day, was frustrated with her because she was flip flopping with these niggas, making me look like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, girl, like, you don't know how to be solid. Like, where they make y'all at? And that's the type of people he want over there. He don't want nobody that got no fucking morals. Once you start applying this knowledge, you vibrate right the fuck up out of there, world. I swear to you.
I get that. I get that
What?
100%. You see, but out of everything that, and like I told you, I wanted to talk to you about that platform because out of everything that he said over there, I noticed that one thing that you said that stuck out, and you said, I was loyal to you.
Yeah. What that? Oh, just to address that, what that mean is just that. Like, as a man, world, you don't go to no other man to help him with nothing. You busy minding your fucking business. What you mean? I'm not leaving my life to go help you with nothing, nigga. I'm busy doing me. That's what I mean by loyal. Like, I decided to go help you. So that means you could, excuse me, you consider me somebody who you accept into your reality, into your family, into your friendship, whatever, a brotherhood, however you want to call it. So definitely not on no funny shit because I know what app we on and people gonna ask those questions. But it was just on some man shit. Like, yo, bro, you not who you say you was. I can't rock with you. Like, you a sneak thief. You not even a robber. You a sneak thief. You a go behind the back on a nigga type person, and I can't deal with that because I'm truthful. That's what I mean by I'm loyal to you. World, listen to this. After that happened, right? So that night when I got there, I touched down from the airport. Velvet and Nature Boy was in the room. So me and Velvet and Eligio was in the room. So me and Nina shared the room with her. With them. They was on the bed, we was on the floor. When we woke up, I was up before everybody because I was jet lagged. I couldn't believe I'm here. I was up before everybody, but I stood in bed. I was just calm to see what was. So I get up, Nina get ready. She go into the living room, right? I see that she sits next to Key. So when she sits next to him, I peep, but I don't say nothing because I'm already on high alert. As soon
Right.
as she do that, here come Clubfoot talking about you need to shape up. See, you already caught that. I didn't. I sat my ass down and went and got my hair cut. So here I am getting my hair cut while they sitting together, right?
Right.
So I guess that was, I don't know what that was. In hindsight, that was the sign for him to go. So the Clippers is on. I'm getting cut. You know, when you in the barber chair, you ain't moving. You ain't going nowhere. So he
Right.
like, yo, what you think about Shorty? And I'm like, yo, she cool. I'm learning her chart. We getting the bill. Like he asking me about Nina, what I think about her. And he's like, yo, I think she feeling my man. And I'm like, who? And he like Keys. And she heard that. So when he said that, she said, who, me? No. And I said, you feeling him? You could be with him. I said that. And he said, you gonna lie to me in my face, you're not feeling Keys. Like he started putting the pressure on her, right?
Oh
That
no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
that didn't work. That did nothing, right? Cause I was just in the moment of getting the shape of it. I was just a seed being planted, if you will, right?
Right.
So then, I don't finish up. I got my joint fresh. Boop boop boop. I go in the bathroom. I check my shit out. I go upstairs. That's where we was in Mexico. I made a video. It's called Roots. It's on my YouTube channel. If you scroll all the way down, you're gonna see me on there with their logo on there and my logo on there. And you the first one that peeped at it. I went down there. I had a logo and everything. Like I was really there to do work in terms of help out the Black conscious
Right.
community with the information that has helped us all. That was coming from Polite at the time. That was coming from you know, Pharaoh, whoever them people was, all of them. Shout out to all of them as well. Like not like I don't know their name, but just to make a long story long, all of those things at that time, that knowledge is what I was standing on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even remember the question, world, because you asking them in a roundabout way and I'm answering them in a roundabout way.
I have more. I have several. As long as you
Yeah.
have time. If you
I
have
have time, but I want to go back to what you just said, like if you do remember, because I want to be as diligent as you are, if I can be.
Well, basically, just in a roundabout way about her, and when I was asking you about her, and then then you were saying that you believe that there were certain things that happened, when you were like now
I was
you.
telling you about how the finagling went down, but what I wanted to point out was this. I got my point back now, so I'm getting the shape up and all that, right? So that's just how I'm like immobile now. So when that happened, directly after that, I go upstairs to make a video because I felt that energy. I kind of knew what was coming. I kind of felt what was coming, right? So I go upstairs, I make that video. When I come back down, it's like, yo, we all about to have a meeting. And the meeting is to say, quote unquote, that Eliana wilding out. She walked out the door. She didn't tell nobody. He yelling, you going to have these people call police on us because I'm yelling at you for walking away. You can't be doing that. All of this is the gaslighting for what's to come. All of this is the gaslighting. Oh, you can't be walking out doing all that, doing all that, doing all that to come down to be like, yo, who y'all attracted to? And that's when the focus was, oh, you gonna be with him and da da da. Because it was already the seed was planted while I was getting the cut. So then now the meeting, several moments later, maybe 40 minutes later. So it's like that's when I started to see like everything, like, oh shit, that's what this is. Like, oh, boom, 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 boom. So, you know. So go ahead, Roy. This is your platform, man. I'm just trying to communicate and cover those bases with you. I'm trying to leave it as plain as I can. I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to leave it point blank. Period is all. Period. Point blank.
Okay, so how I mean, like at the time when they all left, when Rambo and all them left and stuff, what was the theme of the day then? Like like dang, four people leaving. Like what was that like?
I'm not sure. I wasn't there. I only realized that when they called me. Like I got a WhatsApp from Rambo, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I open the joint, and it's all four of them. But now that I look back in hindsight and doing research and shit, that was like they was in that same setting when they announced that they was going to Hawaii. It was then. It's like this. I guess they called me to apologize. They wanted to, I guess, apologize to people. I was just one of them. So I don't know what the theme was there, other than what I was told and whatever, and like what they felt, because they was the one that drove me and Sky, Empress Cielo to the hospital. I mean to the hospital, to the airport. Excuse me. They the ones that drove us to the airport, and it was the the Go team. It was Rambeezy, it was Serenity, or Mama Willow. It was Key, and it was Vibes. So it was us four and me and Sky on our way to the airport. So I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna just say one of them four, I'm not gonna say who, had an inclination then, like, yo, like why we here really? Because like they kind of saw everything I saw and felt, but they ain't take the step I took. And it did on one occasion we did have a whole meeting where Rambeezy was about to get up out of there because he was not in agreement that this is yours, but you sharing with me as far as his wife is concerned. And I get him. I didn't agree with that either. But I was telling him like, yo, I don't want you to go. What you gonna do? We all here. Like, and he's like, yeah, but I don't agree with that. But at the time, young lady I was with Keys, so I quote unquote didn't have that problem. But since everybody was on that wave, everybody had a partner, which all belonged to him, and they just borrowing, and I didn't. This how they move. I still had to fall in some type of category. So I was in the category that was not taking in what was happening and what was being said when the women were expressing how much they wanted to be with them and not us. And there we go. And also, yeah, and also they just the way they handle me. Like that's why I did that yesterday, put on my back, bro. Cause when it was time for me to speak up, like when I'ma leave, they gave me their back. He walked away and he said drive off with them. He didn't address me like a man because he knew what he was trying to do was wrong. Cause when I told him that Cielo was coming down, my wife, he was like all good and ready for that, but I ain't know he had ulterior motives for that, trying to finesse her and all that. And even after I seen him do the fuck shit, I try to put that past him and give him the benefit of the doubt. But as soon as she touched down, I felt the energy. So I already knew it was gonna be a me and her show. Oh, he acting different. He tried to, yo, listen, well, this is how he moved. He tried to say one time, oh, you acting different ever since she got here. But he forgot who he talking to. It was just 4 hours since she landed. So that was in the right arsenal to use on me. So he had to backtrack in his, and right then and there, I kept seeing those little idiosyncrasies that tell me, come on, man. You ignoring what you know. And let me tell you, with all due respect to all the divine feminine goddesses, my wife is the most beautiful woman that ever been over there. Let me tell you that, right? So it's not about me trying to get one over. It's not about that. It's about us doing the right thing. It's about us doing the motherfucking right thing by ourselves in our community. So the shit that I saw was enough to be like, yo, I gotta go. And when I was with young lady, she made the decision to go with them, right? So it's like she wouldn't belong to me no more. Almost like she's not my responsibility. Not to say that whatever goes on with her is not a part of my business. Just to say that I'm not there to love her. So if she want him, she can have him. Like she's not with me, she's not for me, right? But as soon as she got there, I felt that energy of that being reintroduced and coming back around. And he asking me questions publicly in front of the group, like, why you don't trust me? Knowing I'm not gonna say something in front of him like, bitch, because you done gave me all the reasons in the world to not trust you in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Okay. All right, but I mean that's pretty much it. I mean, because I don't want to, delve too different. I mean, too deeper, within the situation. Like I see now that it's a lot of things, even with Nina, that you just didn't notice, and that's one of the things with all of this right here, you see. And that's why I spoke on it so adamantly. I told people before, I was like, I know Natural don't have no talking to me or whatever. I just wanted to know like how and when she changed because I noticed when she had a stroke. I noticed that. And I also know, like I told you again, and I'm gonna tell you again, Nina ass was there. So even with the thing with Vibes, when Vibes ass was there, she wasn't on camera either. She didn't even want to be seen. Okay? And that's what I'm saying. You see, and that's what he tried to do. And the reason why she wasn't on camera, because we already know where she came from. She came from we know exactly where she came from. She was down there with We Are Organic. Anyway, that's what she was with. Left there from with Zach, right? Then came there. When she got there, she was not on camera because the guy that was pretty much with the money, you see, was already connected to her. You see how that all played out? See, if you would
Yeah.
have, in the loop of everything that would have took place, then it kind of would have went the other way, and then wouldn't, no one would have benefited on anything. That's why it was
Mm.
made to look like you just went and did this and you just did. No, it was somebody that was already there. How somebody gonna tell you about where Mama Dia at? Yo, hey,
Wow.
so I come and knock
See?
on your door and then ask you where you, hey, bro, where your cousin at?
Wow. Well, you see, that's what I'm saying. That's why you necessary. Because after all this time, I ain't even that never crossed my mind.
That was phony, man. That was fake as hell, man. That's fake as hell, man. Hey, look at where I'm from, man. Dudes used to knock on the front door and kick in the back door, man. That's the 52 right there, bro. Like that
The
ain't
52 fake out, ain't it? Damn.
52, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. But that was a good, and that's why I say that's why I asked the questions the way that I ask them. It ain't nothing to incriminate you or anyone else. I just know that within a lie, it was some layers of lies. And when he came over on Master P's joint, you know what I'm saying, and the bushes, you know what I'm saying, when he came over there, he told a whole heap of shit that was incorrect. It wasn't true at all, you see. And even with the stuff that you were told and when you were even led to leave, so to say, I know that before any of that even crossed your damn mind, he already discussed with them aforetime what to do. He knew you wasn't gonna be there any damn way. He knew you wasn't gonna be there. He knew that. See, then he wouldn't have to worry about anybody asking him the questions about what really happened. That's why they had to get you, you know what I'm saying, formally on the record with going to the tent. They had to get you on record of going to the tent. That's why when Key hesitated, and then
Right.
natural,
Yeah, I stand on that. I stand on that. I did go to the tent. Wow. I peeped that.
he
I'm
was
glad
already
you
at the tent.
they damn, it's like that, huh?
He was
They
already
running
at
from
the tent.
something. They running from something, man. Cause listen, man, I went in there and I saw her unresponsive. That's a fact, and I stand on that. And
Funny how
like you said, world, you know about micro expressions and all that. So it is what it is. We gon' listen. We gon' if listen. If we gotta ride this thing, we gonna ride this. That was a life, man. That was a life. That was
there's
a life that was lost, man.
there was a test on purpose while being incarcerated. They made sure that I failed. It just so happens I'm not idyllic, but I can memorize a lot of stuff. The test had 568 questions. It's called the Minnesota Multiphasic Test. What it does is it's a series of questions that's asked. It's only about 13 questions, but the 13 questions are asked about 25 different ways. All the same questions over and over again, just to see on whether or not if your answer is going to be the same from the last question. None of Key's answers were the same. None of them. You can go listen to the whole interview. None of them were the same. I asked him the same question about 4 or 5 times just to see if he was gonna tell me the truth. That's why sometimes it seems like I'm getting on your nerve and shit. No, I just want to see if you're gonna tell the truth or not. That's what I want to know. It don't have anything to do with where the hell you was at with Mama Dear. I just want to know what the hell she was doing then around that time. Because if it was to the effect of them asking you where Mama Dia at, and then you run and then go to the tent. So when was there never a time when anybody would ask where Mama Dia was at, which actually proves that everybody knew where she was at that time. It makes no sense. So what I do now is I patiently wait for him to get mad again and then try to talk about it some more. He'll either get drunk or be smoking some stuff or taking some shrooms or whatever or drinking that grocery store wine, whatever it is that it is, smoking sage, whatever. He's gonna eventually say what happened, and I know that he will. And the reason I know that he will, because it's virtually impossible not to tell the truth while that you're intoxicated. It's impossible. You see, he running now. That's why he can't sleep. He can't go to sleep. He's scared of that anew. He's scared to go to sleep. It kill. He might be asleep for 2 hours and jump right back up. That thing all in him right now. Hey, look at it. That spirit world. That spirit world is coming back to haunt him now. He covered up something. He kept something back. That was wrong what he did, man. That's somebody grandma. That's somebody aunt. That's somebody's sister, man. That's somebody mama, man. Like, you don't do nothing like that, man. Then you want to look somebody with a straight face and then say that you got the death certificate. But then when asked if you had a copy of the death certificate, you still had an answer for that. Some stuff you just don't talk about, you know? He went on and on to cover it up. Keys couldn't even look me in the eyes when he was talking to me. Couldn't even look at me. He was always like this, looking down. He done rehearsed that same script over and over again, but I was the only person he had to talk to about it. I'm not a detective. I'm not in any active assistant law enforcement act nor investigations. But what I will say that if I was, all, and I repeat, all of the people who knew so much about what happened would have to stand and they would have to sit up in an interrogation room. They would have to sit in that room, and I'm going to ask the same questions over and over and over again. And I'm going to see when they get upset like what Nature Boy always do. And that's going to tell me then. That's going to tell me everything I need to know. That's why I don't sit back and even watch videos of this clown. And the reason I don't, because I know what he's doing. All of this stuff, all this playing like he happy, eating food on live and stuff or whatever, being disrespectful towards me and my viewers, all of this stuff that he's doing all of that for a reaction. See, he never had to give me a reaction because he ran from it. He's a coward. Just tell the truth. That's all I wanted to know. That's why no one else would talk to me about this shit. Nobody. I didn't ask Keys to come to my live. He came just like how you came. It was something that was bothering him. Now the things that's bothering Nature Boy right now, it makes it virtual impossible for him to go to sleep. Cause on the REM level, I want you to understand, dealing with your subconscious on that level, that's what continues to play back in his head over and over again. This guy I used to work with when I was in prison, he killed his whole family, his mama, his daddy, and both his brother and little sister. He killed them all. I talked to him every day. Just wanted to know what he thought, what he felt. He was one of the greatest actors I've ever seen. Every day he acted as if it didn't even happen. While that he was alone, I know it was several days that he cried. I seen it in his eyes. That's why I always squinch up. I can see real good. I want to look through your soul. And one thing I want anybody that's tuning in to know, that you never changed the story. You never got upset about anything at all. They left you in the blind, but they had something else that was going on. Now, whether that lady had an insurance policy or got social security check or anything like that, they went ahead and got you out the way. They got you out the way. You know what I'm saying? They pushed you out the gate. They wanted you to leave, to tell you the truth. That's what it was all about. Because, see, after Keys spent up his $300,000, they had to figure out how to get some money. The show had to go on. Show had to go on, brother. You didn't know. You didn't know. You didn't even know. You thought you was doing something good. You didn't know what you was doing. Scared the shit out of her. She laid right with that man and knew when he got up that night, went there and checked on that woman. All of that shit right there, man. That's why she won't talk. That's why she ran. That's why she got away. That's why she got away, bro. You done talked to any and everybody that had a question about this, and I respect it. I can't do nothing but tell you that I respect that. Hell, I've asked people questions before. I knew straight out that they was telling a lie. I only did it just to see how long they do it. I had several days, hours at a time. I've talked to people who had more heinous crimes than what I did while being incarcerated. It didn't matter. It was only about the mentality. You see, that dude is a whole live succubus. He's a demon. All that shit people talking about, he's narcissistic or whatever, he feeds off of that. He feed off that energy. Every time you was over there talking about you love yourself, throwing up that white power sign. When you were throwing up that white power sign, when you were throwing that up right there, he had control over you. He used you. He used all of your energy, all your creativity of on how fearless that you were while being there. He used all of that because he is a coward. You never seen him go out and do anything. Never. He used all of y'all. He used Rambo. He used all of y'all. He was scared. He was scared the whole time. And I'm glad that you know. I wanted you to know. You know. That's why it was great that you came over here. That's what I always wanted to tell you. It wasn't nothing anything but saying, well, hey, let me talk to this guy and see if I can get him to incriminate Nature Boy. No, I already know he incriminated himself. They played, hey, look, they played you all the way to the left. I told you that one time that I studied you on that frame when you walked past, you was walking down the hill and True and Sheba was walking up the hill. I say he still don't know what's going on. They kept you alienated.
You exactly. You talk busy with the knowledge because I'm here to, do the right thing. Do the right thing. So wait, are you talking about the video when we was showing the compound when he was holding her hand and I walked right past them? They looked at me like you knew. In that moment, you knew they knew something I didn't. By the way, they looked at me. Is that what you're saying?
They wouldn't have had a reason to be holding hands. Only if you're in public, you and your wife are gonna hold hands, and only if you're in public and you think that something's gonna happen and you want to show that this is who you're with, that's the only time. They seen you every day. What was the reason for doing that? And why were they so startled looking? Because they was already talking about something that everybody else knew but you. Everybody knew but you. You was the only person that didn't know. You was the only person that wasn't gonna go along with it. Just like when Goku was there. He felt the same way about you. He felt about Goku. Y'all had the same damn spirit. He knew that y'all would fight him. He look.
Rest in peace, Mama Dia, yo. I don't even know Goku like that, but I did see him a stream. I did see him seen him streaming some consciousness. I don't know what platform it was on.
He knew
And
you
one thing he did say was, if I'm over there, right, world, and then you go over there, he can't even carry me a certain way because you there now, type shit, right?
right, right. And see, that's all that it is. Off the gate, instantaneously. Instantaneously, he wanted to show you who was the most powerful. He wanted to show you who was somewhat of the alpha. But at the same time, having you thinking about a woman and losing a woman. And they had already plotted on the bag. They plotted on the bag they had been plotted on the bag. They bad. Let me look at man. Let me look at man. I done seen so many NCIS, CISI, Criminal Mind. Man, I was in prison. I done watched all them shows, man. I figured, man, I done watched all them shows, man. He's one of the worst actors I've ever seen.
So now, world, I need you to do this for me, right? For the collective, for the youth, for whoever out there in TV land watching. Everybody, put y'all ones in the room just for world. Y'all know what it is. Do that for him. Because he be holding us down, don't he? We got to show him all the love we could get. This ain't YouTube, but smash that like however y'all can on here. But
Hey,
hey, my
it is what
question
it is.
is, what's that energy in prison? Is that the Muslims that don't really want no smoke, but they in there doing fuck shit? Well, who is that in prison? Like, where is that energy in prison? How does it exist? Because you already know that that's the community, but behind the gate. So now where does that energy fall into place? How do y'all handle that? Where does that fall into place in that system, in that industrial complex? Because like I know, a real nigga don't even want no problems. He gonna stay out the way. He not entertaining none of that shit. So where does I just need to know, like, that energy, what do y'all do with that in that setting? How does it get handled?
Etherically, all good things travel upward through an abyss, 32 degrees, frozen on a subterranean level, all things below, as so below. Okay? All of the secretive things that can be done in the dark, he's that type of person. Everybody has something that they do in the dark. Just everybody. All criminals are the same. Every last one of them. They just have different things that appeal to them. The same way how you look at serial killers, they're all the same. There's just one particular thing that appeals to them. Reading about and watching movies about people like Gary Ridgway, the Green River Killer, and then looking at different cults and how that these cults were manifested. Guys like him, they stick out like a sore thumb, man. Like a sore thumb. He couldn't look here, man. He couldn't tell a good lie if his life depended on it, man. If his life depended on, and I'm just like, how are you able to trick people? And I've sit back for for months, at a time looking at narratives that he would run for things that were done and his purpose for doing certain things. And then I start looking at how much that it actually cost, like if a person was to buy a baby fetus, you know what I'm saying? Like if a person was to purchase a fetus, I started looking up that stuff, and I was just thinking, like, it's kind of strange how this guy that wants to have sex with all these women that do have these women, but don't want these women to have the children, but they do get pregnant. It's kind of strange how he speak about not taking medication, but the children always disappear. I always did feel like it was something with that, and it was something behind that. You see, it's a lot to this. I know that it's a lot to it because there's people that pay him. Other people now that I look that want to align themselves with him, I'm like, hey, you're doing one of the worst things known to man. And the reason why I tell you that because this is a guy that put my name on a shooting range talk, so that makes him infinitely forever to be assaulted. Okay, it'll never stop. I tell people all the time, run along and play. Because you don't want what happened to him to happen to you. I don't even want to start with that at all. That's why I welcome all the trolls and shit like that. Well, come on over and do what you do. But, you don't want that. Because I have to report this stuff. And I want to be accurate with reporting things. And it's based off of simply what we all know. Just like this video. People will record this video. They'll say, well, hey, what happened then? What really happened at this time? Nature Boy ain't gonna tell me the damn truth. True punk ass, Solar, none of them niggas, Nubian, Caliber, ain't none of them gonna tell me the truth about nothing. I just wanted to know your truth. And that's why I say with the things that you seen her doing at that time, I wanted to see on whether or not if you could tell, and if you didn't see it, visually, but just the things that you could tell where she started to decline and she started to become recluse, so to say, and not being around each other. Because on that video that I'm gonna show on YouTube, when she got on that black and she was sitting outside and she told all y'all to be quiet because she was on live, because I think the screen door was open, y'all, because I could hear y'all in the background, everybody talking. And she was like, I'm live. And she started talking about, how much money it'll cost to be in carbonation and get your green card, get your passport and, things of that nature. And I noticed then she started repeating herself. And immediately, see, people like you, I don't think he was able to get you to go to sleep listening to him. You ever went to sleep listening to him before? Right. Okay. Now, as far as the women, as far as the people who adore him or think it's an honor to be around him, he actually got them to listen to him.
He would also play it out loud, so it's like you ain't got a choice. It's blasting.
Out loud?
It's blasting off the Bluetooth. So it's like you going, even if you choose not to, you know what I'm saying? And when y'all was on his ass, he would finesse it like, yo, we going over here. Everybody put their phone right here. We gonna go over here. Cause y'all was on them. And I listen, well, you done enlightened me so much. You done gave me so much information. I didn't even know this shit was going on and shit. How you making it seem like, wow.
Oh yeah, I'm man. Look here, bro. It's a lot to the shit. That's why I was like, well, damn. Were you, And I'm asking these questions because I'm aware of this stuff that was going on. Like it's a whole heap of shit that did took place. A whole heap. Yeah, you gotta think about, and you don't have to tell me, but hell, you just gotta think about the people that was there that wasn't on the damn camera. I know their ass was there, cause I can hear it. I got software. I play shit back and forth. Sometimes I play videos just to listen to the background of people's shit, just for the hell of it. How you think his ass done been found a million damn times? Sometimes I only have to turn on the computer. I just run it through my shit and jack it up and then listen. You ever seen Denzel Washington, Man on Fire, when they had that guy on there named The Voice? You know how they got close to The Voice? Because of the traffic that was in the background. When he was on the phone, they recorded it. See what I'm saying? They listened to the background. It was like, he got to be in this particular area right here. Right. That's how that goes. Now with him on the other hand, he don't get that. He don't get that at all. You see? He want to go live and everybody be quiet. Everybody be, you sit quiet. You see? I've listened to this dude done been live before when he be over there talking that crazy stuff about fighting people and stuff like that or whatever. And he'll have about 9 people around him. I can hear all of them breathing. He be talking all that stuff. He wouldn't even act the way that he's acting now if no one was around him. He'd be just like he was when he was with Mike Brown. When Mike Brown let him have that apartment, he'd be just like that. Yeah, he'd be that guy, wanting to show you his grounding shoes and them tore up Adidas, them tore up blue and white Adidas flip flops he done had forever. Them same Jones. Nigga ain't never thought about going to buy no new ones or nothing. I mean, the same shit. He hold on to stuff. And that's why I stated in my live stream, when people were asking about Mama Dia's death certificate, why do you think that he would hold on to something like that if she was not that type of person to him? Okay? It's women now, you know, from your past. Probably got your old wife beater or a pair of socks or boxes or something. You know, they got to just hold on to you. Where I'm from, because my family's Geechee Gula, I understand that when things are held on to certain items, what can be done with those prized possessions and why people would leave certain stuff behind. He voluntarily held on to a death certificate. On that death certificate, knew a social security number, all that old good stuff right there. He probably done filed for a whole bunch of stuff in her name that I hope that Balboa looking damn too. He did a whole bunch of heap of damn shit with that woman's social security number. I know folks just get cable in your name. Back in the day, folks used to get old cricket phone in your name and stuff like that. You don't remember that? They get an old cricket phone in your name. That's all they need is your name and your social security number. Make any kind of password in the world. Why you think he wouldn't be wanting to use the phone as opposed to using WhatsApp all the time? Because he know that WhatsApp does not have messages nor voice clips that can be transcribed through hypertext mail. That's what that means. But if you got a Verizon or you got Sprint or Boost Mobile or Metro PC or any of that old shit, you can be sitting up talking about having 18,000 bricks of dope. They can print out the entire conversation because those couriers allow for that, okay? And within a court of law, there has been general statutes that have been placed that allows for that type of sensitive information to be read in a court of law. He knows that because he has a lawyer that's already coached and informed him on all that stuff. He just think that we don't know. That's why he's so mathematical now with what he do. That's all it is.
But he kind of get off on the fact that y'all on his ass. Like he think like he could compete with y'all. It's part of it is like, oh, he think he like could get one over on y'all. Like he know where y'all at, so he know what to do next. But when y'all 10 steps ahead, really. So it's like, bro, I just want to see the right thing done in terms of our people. They all, even the ones that's there now, like I have compassion for them. I know why they still there, bro. Cause they ain't, they not strong enough to want to stop enabling the bullshit. That's really what it comes down to.
Right. And when you look at all of this stuff, think about this, man. If I gave you $100, I would be a person that you would say, I'll never forget that. But If I was a person that gave you $300,000, how now could I be in Mexico with my own land and living carefree, but not even mention the person at one time that I gave $300,000 to? Unless it was something that was that serious. Hey man, you come and live on my land. Hey, you come build whatever, man. The Airbnb don't work. You come sleep over here for a little bit. You got a tent. Don't want no association no more. He said it was a book that was gonna be written. He still ain't written no damn book. Sybil went over there and stayed over there for about. Sybil was over there for about 39 hours and wrote a book. About 39 hours, wrote a book so damn fast. She was all kind of grammatical
Why you
errors.
think that is? Well, why you think that never came out on his behalf?
Well, he knew he didn't have to write a book after that. He slipped up and said certain stuff when I interviewed him. That killed the book. That killed the book. He told us everything, all that smirking and stuff. If I was to mention anything about Mama Dia and her passing, and you sit there and start smiling, I know you got something to do with it. He was like this the whole time. He was afraid. He need to tell what happened and stop doing that stuff, man. He'll sleep, he'll rest better at night instead of posting them pictures and stuff and his wife dancing around to them Jamaican rhythms and shit all the damn time. That ain't gonna do nothing. Dancing it out. They know it's gonna forever haunt them. They know what the hell happened to that woman, bro. They know what happened to her, bro. They know that was a
What's your speculation? What's your theory? I need to know, world. But because you see it from a higher perspective. You saw me go over there. You saw me leave. You saw people go over there. You saw people leave. You saw those who associate with me, those who didn't. You get what I'm saying? Like another thing that Hulu mentioned, and shout out to the God, he mentioned that why motherfuckers